to another exciting edition of your favorite business development program on radio, Masterclass. Masterclass is powered by Joy Business and brought to us by Goyle. Goyle, good energy. Goyle, Yenara, Yedia. Masterclass also brought to us by GH Genome. GH Genome, our duty to decode. Masterclass comes your way every Wednesday at 1:30 p.m. and runs all the way through to 2:15 p.m. here on your superstation Joy 99.7. My name, as always, is Barnafo, and I'm glad to be your host for today's edition of Masterclass. Today's show is one of those shows that comes with some kind of mixed feelings, because today we conclude our conversation with Oscar Bimpong on the mindset transformation or the mindset revolution. Again today, he's here with us in the studio, obliged us with his presence. He's shared so many thoughts with us. Yes, things are tough. Yes, things are difficult. Yes, we're all experiencing the heat, but at least the little thing that you do, the little thing that you have, the investment that you have, which you've put money into, which is helping you, that is your seed. Today we're going to be talking about the seed mentality. How do you compose yourself in times like this so that we know you're losing some money, but at least don't lose your seed, because the seed is the only thing that can help you to recreate and to regenerate the things that you've lost. Today we're talking about the seed mentality here in the conversation on the mindset transformation, and Oscar Bimpong is back here in the studio with us to share some thoughts. Today is his last day on the show, but hopefully we'll have him back here on the show again sometime during the year. It's been a wonderful 4 weeks now with him sharing some wonderful thoughts. And again, Oscar is obliging us today, as he always has. He has a book for the first caller when we get interactive. He's written a number of books, and today's book is called The Mindset Revolution. The Mindset Revolution, re-engineering your mind from prison to purpose, from prison to purpose. And the foreword was written by Andrew Techi Apia, and the author is yours truly, Oscar Bimpong. Oscar, you're welcome back.
Thank you.
To the studio, to the conversation, to Masterclass.
Trust me, man.
And to Joy FM.
Yes, and it's a mixed feeling, because I've really enjoyed the ride. 4 weeks of impact, and I'm so humbled of the feedback that I've been getting. And for me, it also tells me that it also inspires me that, look, you are on the right path.
Indeed.
Keep going.
Indeed.
It's been a humbling experience.
Indeed.
Thanks to Joy for this great opportunity.
I couldn't help noticing, Uncle James Addison, good afternoon to you. I couldn't help noticing that during the week the two of you got together.
Yes.
Uncle James is the should I say the go-to person for EQ in Ghana.
Yeah. Yes.
I think he runs the International EQ Foundation.
Yes.
And you're also big on mindset transformation.
Exactly.
You should do some work with Daniel Sapong. Daniel is listening to it. Daniel is also a great speaker. He talks about the abundance mindset.
Wow.
But I love the fact that there's a lot of talk about changing your mindset, changing the way you think, looking at things positively, and some of the key things like EQ today in most of our business conversations and even in our general life conversations, because something has to give. Something has to shift. We're talking about all these difficulties, and I know that all the finance guys, are very busy trying to find us solutions. But at some point, we also have to play a role.
Yes.
And I know we always say that hope is not a strategy, but without hope and without the right kind of mindset,
exactly.
What are we? And I'm hoping that in today's conversation, when we talk about the seed mentality, we'll be able to sort of draw some lines to connect,
This mindset thing we are talking about, there's one thing I always say is Africa, we have proven that the abundance of resources is not a means to wealth creation. We have proven that fact, because we've got abundance of resources, but we are still poor, right? So what it means is that there is a fundamental issue that we've neglected. And that fundamental issue is the mindset that backs the resources. When that mindset is right, leadership and everything will fall into place. And I think that is why it has become critical. I was listening to Paul Kagame on Al Jazeera some few months back, and he was being interviewed, and he made a profound statement. He said one of our winning strategies was we were able to let our people understand that change of mindset is everything. And that if you put rubbish on the street, that is not right, but there are also consequences. And that is why we are able to win. That is why we are able to be where we are. So Kagame tackled mindset first, and everything else followed. And I think as a country, that is where we need to go back, because we've been taught so many things that
Lee Kuan Yew, he did something similar.
Yes. We have been taught so many things that are very wrong, and we have accepted it, and we are running with it. But so it means that we are on the wrong path.
Let me ask a question. Please write this question. I don't answer it now. But I'm asking this question not just to Oscar, but to you, our cherished listeners, and I'd like to hear your reaction to it. There is a school of thought that says, please, the question I'm about to ask does not represent my personal position on the matter. Let me issue the disclaimer. There's a school of thought that says that, people are a function of their orientation. I share that school of thought. And therefore, our orientation contributes, or the understanding or misunderstanding of our orientation is what contributes to our mindset.
Yes.
So I'll give you a very simple thing. And please, this is not an attack on. I love Proverbs. I love Proverbs to bits. For example, the Proverbs, there are a few African proverbs that we have.
Yes.
So there's one that says, yes. There's another one that says, there are a few proverbs.
Yes.
Is there a connect between the misinterpretation or misunderstanding of our proverbs, therefore our orientation, and therefore our mindset?
I think it's all part of
things like that. So I'm talking about something here.
Yes,
we're talking about something off air before we came.
Yes.
Please write it down. You're listening to us. You hear this question. I'd like to know what you think. Do you think that our orientation as people contributes to our mindset, and therefore our action or inaction, which is arriving at the situation where we are today? Do you think that our orientation has played a role in this? I'll be interested to find out what you think. Just put that on ice and let's go into today.
All right. So once again, thanks very much, Yao. And so today we're going to tackle what we call the seed mindset. We started with mindset revolution, then we came to purposeful mindset, and last week we did leadership mindset. It means that now you have to lead your vision. Now, to lead your vision, I want you to start from somewhere, and that is what seed mindset comes in. Yeah, when people carry a vision, what I've realized is that a lot of people will rather wait to get too much resources before they start. So they never get the opportunity to start. Now, the seed mindset, what it means is that the need for humble beginnings. It means that we need to learn to start from somewhere. Yeah, when you look at the seed, there is nothing to write about it. There is nothing luxury about the seed. There is nothing to write about the seed. To be honest, if I give you a seed now, what has it got that you can use to really brag about that you have even got something that is valuable? But you see, on the outside of the seed, there's nothing to write about. But on the inside of the seed carries power. So that big tree that you see today, that you admire so much, that nature of a seed, of a tree, you admire it so much. Sometimes you can just stand somewhere and look at that tree and you are like, wow. Now that tree is born out of that seed that you don't care. That seed that you there's nothing fascinating about it. It means that there are certain things in us that are so powerful than what we tend to see on the outside. And also there are certain things that we hold that are also more powerful, but they are so scarce. They are so scarce of a resource. Let me bring a little bit of biblical perspective. And I like what God asked Moses. He said, what's in your hand?
What do you have in your hand?
Yes. What do you have in your hand? I think Moses didn't really respect the staff. Maybe when he gets home, you can just put it anywhere. Tomorrow he will find it somewhere.
I suppose it was more of a working aid for him than anything
working
else.
Aid. And what has working aid, what kind of special treatment do we have to give you? Now, what it means is that the staff was a very scarce resources. And most of the time, when it comes to scarce resources, we don't respect it because you think there is nothing to write about. You think that there is nothing good about it. So we tend not to really invest no time, no energy in it. So, but that stuff carried power. Potential. And that stuff relates to the seed. That 1,000 Ghana, 2,000, 5,000 that you want to invest in that vision, that is the seed. But that money carries power. Yeah, do you know that the perception is that if I give you a seed now, the perception is that that seed is just going to give birth to a tree, right? But it goes beyond that. That particular seed is a forest. But we tend to have the perception that, oh, after all, it's going to give us one tree. No, it's a forest. Because that tree will give birth to more seeds that over time is going to give you that forest. Now, when you see a business that started, for example, let me give you a typical example, because ZPay is my anchor client and I've been with them so many years. For now, they've hired me going across the country, just doing mindset transformation for their territory officers, telesales staff, and zonal managers. And this is a company that started from Andrew's guest room. And today, look at where it sits. Now, they've got about 12 branches in Ghana. In the Caribbean, they have got 6 branches, starting from Barbados. They are spreading across the whole Caribbean. And they are moving. They are moving. What it means is that they started as a seed, but that seed now is becoming a forest. They are now operating over 20 African countries. It's now becoming a forest. It's the same with Joy FM. Joy FM didn't start with these 2 big buildings together. It's growing, right? So what it means is that small you have in your hands, it has got the potential to grow. The point is that if you don't invest in it, then it will surely not grow. I read a book some time back, and the book is titled, it's on slide 7. The book is titled The Toilet Paper Entrepreneur. And the guy gave a scenario of when you go to the loo and you are in dire need of easing yourself, and you have got some small toilet roll. Do you leave or do you manage it? Most of the times we manage it. Now, when it becomes very critical, we are able to maximize the scarce resources at our disposal. But for example, you go to the loo and the toilet roll is fresh. Look at the way we mismanage it. Now, this is why it is important that you even start small, even if you have more. Because when you start small, then you have got the opportunity to maximize the potential of the scarce resources at your disposal. Now, once you grow and you have more experiences, then you can what? Bring in more resources. I see people starting their business from the top, grand style, and before you realize, because they didn't pass through the process with the scarce resources. Because the experiences you get with the scarce resources is an asset when you have got abundance. Because it means that you are able to use small to build. So when you have got more, you manage it more efficiently. So there is that thing that you should learn, that even if you have more, start small. Now, if you don't have more and you've got small, that is more added advantage, because by the time you start getting more, you have really harnessed the understanding of what? Building with small and maximizing what? Your resources, being more resourceful to build what you have. Now, there is one thing I always say, that many want to start from the top instead from the bottom, so they never get to start. Now, I want to talk about some few facts about the seed. Yeah, you need a seed to give birth to a tree and to a forest, right?
That's true.
Yes. And I also want to talk about some philosophies for building any successful business. And I'm going to start with the philosophy of building, right? Yeah, have you seen any builder that starts building a house and they two blocks at a time? Never, right? They put 1 block at a time. They make sure that it is well. They put the mortar in it. Make sure they put the bevel to make sure that it is straight, more aligned, it is straight, and that 1 block is solid before they go for the other one. So that mansion that you see today that you admire so much, it was built with 1 block at a time. It means that whatever you start in this life, start small, but be consistent with the small that you have. Most of the times, we are never consistent. So we are that guy that puts 1 block. We think we don't have enough. We go on holiday for 2 weeks. come back and come and put another block. So you see that when they are building a house, you don't see no beauty. But over time, you realize that, wow, the thing is shaping up, right? I'm also going to talk to you about the philosophy of the ant. And yeah, wherever I find the opportunity, that is on slide 16. Whenever I find the opportunity to see the ant hill, I'm so impressed. And it also tells me one thing. There's one message the ant hill tells me. The ant hill tells me that, have you seen the amount of mud that they carry? Sometimes, you know, there is an ant hill on the Gimpa Road. Anytime you pass there, just park your car and watch them, right? Yeah, the ant hill they carry is so insignificant to the ant hill they want to build. They carry just a minute mud. They will go and dump it, come back, go and dump it. But you will see the consistency in carrying that small mud. And that consistency is what has caused them to build that anthill. Yeah, do you know that if the ant can build this anthill and me and you, we are building something and we are looking for something big to start, then we have lost the plot. Because the ant has taught us that even with the small, with consistency, it will grow.
And I was just looking for that scripture reference to the thing you're talking about. Yeah. It's in Proverbs chapter 6, verse 6 to 8. It says, "Go to the ant, thou sluggard.
Yes.
Consider her ways and be wise.
Yes.
Which having no guide, overseer or ruler, provided her meat in the summer and gathers her food in the harvest."
Yes.
I was just looking for the reference for what you're talking about.
Very powerful, right? So if you are listening to us, you know, we know it's tough. We know it's difficult, but we it's so easy to sit at that table of hardship, or you go on the other side of the table and say that I'm going to build with what I have.
I won't catch you. You know, during the COVID, when we were during the lockdown, people didn't have much of an alternative because they were confined. Now you find that there was a lot of ingenuity.
Yes.
New businesses,
yes,
and new creations,
exactly,
the world over. But I'm talking about Ghana. Even in Ghana,
yes,
even within the food industry,
yes,
people began to do their own thing.
Of course.
And I've always said to people, I said, you know, this morning the sun came up very early.
Yes.
If you chose to stay in bed till now,
yes,
the sun is high. It's
yes,
going to go down. The day will start. It will end.
Yes.
It is what you choose to do with it.
Yes.
You know, so like you're saying, you have to take the step.
I
suppose that the difficulty is being consistent. Because I hear you talk about the seed, and I hear words like process. I hear words like consistency. I hear words like discipline.
Yeah. People want to enjoy the product, but they don't want to pass through the process, right? And the process is tough. And it becomes more tougher if you are starting small. If you are that seed level, right? Yeah. We need to understand this, that you need one seed to give birth to a generation of seeds.
Indeed.
Right?
Indeed.
Somebody went to, is it Fernando Po? Came back to Ghana with some few seeds, right? And that seeds now have fed the whole country for so many years, right? It means that, what it means is that find one problem in Ghana and solve it, right? Be consistent with that problem, right? And over time, you'll be the go-to person in the industry. Yeah, I've been doing it for the last 14 years. I started in 2008, but I can tell you the better part of it, I've been in a desert, because it looks like this will never work. But as I sit here, I'm almost booked to the end of the year. Why? Because of consistent. Because I found that one problem, and I decided that I'm going to solve it. And for me, this is the start. You need to find that one problem, because that one problem will be like the cocoa that have solved our problems for so many years. But that person didn't come with bags of seeds. He came with small seeds, and over time, look at where we sit with cocoa. When we use this philosophy, we can what? We can be able to achieve it. So what it means that the scarce resources at your disposal is the seed in your hands. Resources are never scarce. The problem is our inability to be resourceful. Yeah, we can be very resourceful, right? If I want to start something, like I want to start an IT business, and yeah, I don't have the money. Somebody has the money. If I'm not good on IT, somebody is good, to provide IT service. There is one thing a question a journalist asked Steve Jobs. He said, all these IT things you are talking about, do you have knowledge in it? And how are you going to really lead to make this happen? He said that is why we are going to hire smart guys to do the job. So most of the times we want to do things for ourselves, by ourselves. But when what you don't have, somebody has it. We should learn to leverage on it. In this part of our country, one of the difficult challenges is partnerships. But they are the right people you can partner with. It is for you to succeed, it is your responsibility to find the right people.
But Oscar, let me just chip this in. I think that, and I'm not validating it, I'm saying that we're all working towards changing our mindset. And I go back to the point about our orientation. So you find that as you keep talking, I find that there's so many things wrong with the narrative that we were taught growing up. So when you collaborate in Ghana, somebody will pull you down. You have to do it by yourself. So you won't get people to help you, and you are afraid to move. We are disciplined about the wrong things. But we are indisciplined about the right things. How many times, if your phone is not with you for 10 minutes, you will notice it?
Yes.
Because somebody sold us a narrative that you must always have your phone and you must always be on. Why can't we take that same discipline to the job that we do? So there are so many things wrong with our mindset, and it comes back to what you are saying. We must transform our minds.
Yeah, let me talk to you about the mindset of the poor in relation to a seed, right? Now, do you know every poor man can afford a seed?
I agree.
Every poor man can afford a seed.
I agree.
Yes. But the problem with the poor man is that when they have seed, they eat it. They are not able to sow the seed. Because you see, the moment you sow the seed, you have really prevented yourself from having instant gratification.
You know what I'm laughing? A very good afternoon to my brother Kofi Kenata. There's a line in his song which says, they gave them eggs to hatch. And they couldn't wait for the eggs to hatch, so they fried it.
They fried it.
Kofi, good afternoon to you if you're listening.
But that's what we are saying, right? You see, the one who has got that rich mindset will go hungry for a period and sow that seed, right? Now, when they sow that seed, because the poor is always eating their seed, they are constantly looking for seeds. So that guy that went hungry for a period now sowed the seed, and now he has got so many seeds. Now, because you are always eating your seeds, you are always looking for seeds to buy. So that guy that really took their time, went hungry for some time, this is what happens. Now, over time, they've got too many seeds to sell, they've got some to eat, and they have got some to sow again.
Exactly.
Now, the ones they sow again, that is the one that leads to the forest. So it reaches a time they need so many people to help them to harvest. So now the ones that eat their seeds are being employed to help to harvest. Now, how much they give you, it depends on the value you bring on the table. So if your value is low, they can tell you they are giving you half back after a month. If your value is high, they can give you 100 bucks. Now, what it means is that now poor people enjoy harvesting but not sowing. Because the moment they even help to harvest and they are giving some seeds, instead of sowing some themselves, they still eat all. Yeah, I don't know whether I'm speaking in parables.
May God deliver us from eating our seed. If you have been, eating your seed, may God deliver us, all of us, from eating our seed. Because the seed is what will bring the return.
So you can still be helping somebody to harvest, but you should also learn to sow some of the seeds that they give you. Because if you don't sow, it means that then constantly you are always seeking to look for seeds.
You're putting yourself in a position where you always be in need.
You always be in need. And it will reach a time that person that you are even helping to harvest can determine who you become.
Exactly.
So there's nothing wrong trying to help somebody to harvest. Let's get this one right. There is nothing wrong. But then if it becomes a burden that every time you are helping people to harvest, but you don't invest in the seeds that has been given to you, that is where the problem starts. So there are a lot of people in life who are helping others to harvest, but they are also investing the seeds that has been given to them. So yeah, you can be working for a company, right? You are helping the company to harvest. But you yourself probably has got investment somewhere, have got small business somewhere, you have got some small vision you are pursuing somewhere, which over time is also help you to harvest. We need to get this one right. And you see, poor people are always waiting for bags of seeds to sow, forgetting that they can use one seed to give birth to that forest over time. You know? So the difference between a poverty and a rich mindset is that the poor is their seed and the rich invest their seeds. Now, yeah, let me talk to you something about the seed, right? So a seed on its own is worthless until you sow it. If I give you a seed now and you go and put it on a shelf, it will forever be there. Yeah. So it means that you need to subject the seed through a process. Now, one of the mindset I want each and every one of us we should have is the mindset of the farmer. Right? Yeah. The farmer knows that there can be some serious rain that can wash the seed. The farmer knows that there can be high temperatures, there can be storm, there can be environmental factors that can destroy the seed that they've sown. But the farmer still goes ahead and sow. Sometimes when I'm speaking to people and they start talking about the problems, then I will tell you that you don't understand the farmer's mentality. The farmer's mentality is that he knows all the problems, but he still go ahead and sow that seed. There are two things that are going to happen. It's either they win or they lose. What it also tells you is that the farmer is one of the people that take risk in life. Yes. But if you are watching me and you are eating, you have to understand that the farmer's risk, it has paid off. So you either stay on a positive tangent or you stay on the negative tangent. But most of the times, the problems overwhelms us such that we cannot see the positive aspect. I love the farmer. Look, farmers, sometimes they even wait for the rains never come on time. And whatever they plan to do is in disarray. But as far as me and you are still eating, it means that the farmer is very resilient. Of course. Very, very resilient. They go back, they find solutions to problems, and they fight, and that is the reason why we are still eating. We can have the same aspiration in that vision that we have. Yeah, when we finish, you are going to move your car, right? But you know there's going to be potential traffic. You know there can be potential mechanical breakdown. There's going to be what? Potential accident.
It can even rain.
It can even rain. Do you say because of that you are not going to move your car?
Nada.
But why don't you translate the same mindset when it comes to our vision?
Positive mindset here on Masterclass with Oscar Bimpong. We're going to get interactive right now so that you can be a part of that conversation. But before we do that, we'll take a quick message from our sponsors. We'll be right back.
Ekuya has sickle cell disease. Kweku is battling with prostate. Auntie Mary has a family history of cancer. All these people have either inherited a genetic disorder from parents and present in the child at birth, or even due to some environmental factors. Remember that genetic conditions affect all ages, economic, social, and religious groups. Don't discriminate if they look different. Early detection may help early intervention and treatment. As we start the GA Genome Project, we invite you to join and follow our public lecture series and get free genetic testing and screening. For more updates and information on how to get the free genetic testing and screening, call 0302-959-246 or visit www.gagenome.org.
Your favorite on-air business development program, Joy Business Masterclass, is in session, and you can interact with us on Facebook via the Joy 99.7 FM or Joy Business pages. If you tweet, the handle is at Joy 997 FM or at Joy Business GH. Don't forget to hashtag JB Masterclass. You can also call us on 0302 216541 or send your questions and contributions through to the WhatsApp number 0551 111997, and our facilitators will address your concerns. Attention everyone, class is in progress.
Welcome back. If you've just tuned in, this is Masterclass. We're here with Oscar Bimpong, and we're concluding our conversation on the mindset transformation. Phone lines are now open. Numbers to call 0302216541. That's 0302216541. You can also send us your comments on WhatsApp on 05511111997. Today's edition of Masterclass is brought to us by Goyle. Goyle Good Energy, Goyle Yenara Yedia, and also by GH Genome. GH Genome, our duty to decode. Did you know that disorders like sickle cell disease, breast and prostate cancers have a genetic component? Genetic conditions affect all age, economic, social, and religious groups. The GH Genome Project includes public lecture series on the Ghanaian genome and free genetic health screening of the sickle cell disease, breast and prostate cancers. We invite you to join the GH Genome Project. Follow us and get screened. Early detection may help early intervention and treatment. GH Genome, our duty to decode. For more updates, you can call us on 0302 959 246. That's 0302 959 246. If you have any motor vehicle of any kind, Goyle has some great news for you. Goyle now accepts Momo for all fuel purchases. Just remember to Momo it at Goyle. And that is not all. You can use your bank card to buy fuel at any of our Goyle filling stations. Goyle, Good Energy. Goyle, Yenara, Yedia. Phone lines are now open. I have a book to give away. Oscar has a book to give away, not I. Today is the final show with Oscar here on the Mindset Transformation. And he has a book for our first caller. Numbers to call 0302216541. You can send us your comments on 05511111997. I've got John on the line. Good afternoon, John. You're welcome to Masterclass. Your name and where you're calling from. Okay, I don't think I have John, but I have Evans on the line. Evans from Oyarifa. Good afternoon, Evans. You're welcome to Masterclass. Hello, Evans.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. You're welcome to Masterclass, Evans.
Yeah, thank you.
Right. Talk to me, Evans.
Today, I'm really inspired by the message sent by our boss because, he has let me know that in every circumstance, we should try to protect the seed we have because that's what will bear us fruit in the future. And we thank him very much for such a message.
Thank you. Thank you, Evans. Evans, did you call me last week on the show?
Yes, please.
And you won something from me, didn't you?
Yes, please.
Okay, so would you agree that we give the book to the next caller?
I wish for the book too. That's how I reach out today.
Okay, Eva, stay on the line and speak to my production crew. They'll take your details. Phone lines are open 0302216541. You can also send us your comments on 05511111997. Today we conclude our conversation on the mindset transformation with Oscar Bimpong. A wonderful 4 weeks sharing thoughts on how we can transform our minds and the way we think so that we can become more. Today we're talking about the seed mindset, So while we're waiting for the phone lines to ring, perhaps you can chip in a bit more content.
Yeah, exactly. And there's one thing I want people to understand, that when you sow a seed, from sowing to harvesting is hard work. The farmer wakes up in the morning, waters, prunes, weed, make sure that they can have the bountiful harvest they want. But I want to really, not to open eyes, but then, do you know that when you sow a seed, what you need is the fruit. What you
need is a fruit. Hold that thought for me. I've got Frank from Tesano. Good afternoon, Frank. You're welcome to Masterclass.
Good afternoon. The program has been very educative and I've been following for the past weeks. And I'm a boat driver.
Right.
And I've really applied it to my life and I can see changes now. God richly bless him for the kind of good work he's doing.
Frank, let me ask you a question. What do you think is the mindset of the ordinary Ghanaian today?
You said?
What do you think is the mindset of the ordinary Ghanaian today?
Frankly speaking, ordinary Ghanaians depend mostly on our leaders. We wish for someone to solve our problem for us instead of we changing our own mindset and working towards our goal.
Differently from today.
Okay.
Hello, Frank.
Yes,
I'm asking, what can we do differently from today onwards?
Change of mindset.
Change of mindset.
We should be positive towards everything.
Right. Thank you so much, Frank. That was Frank there on the line. I've got Yakubu from Ashaiman. Good afternoon, Yakubu. You're welcome to Masterclass.
Good afternoon.
How is Ashaiman this afternoon, my brother?
Very hot. Everybody's busy.
It is well. Talk to us.
It's been a very wonderful show. I've been listening from the beginning. But then, how can we make these kind of messages get to the younger people, especially in places like Ashaiman? I'm saying this because the new trend is young people who, in this analysis, they just hope to get a bag of seed from somewhere. They don't care where it comes from. They don't want to sow. They want to get money quick. They want to get rich quick. And somehow society is trying to make it look like it's cool to have money. Nobody questions where your wealth comes from or whatever you are sowing comes from, whether it belongs to someone else. But then this message is so important that I feel that it should get in every form of languages and reach the youth in every corner. So our mindset would be different. I don't know if there's anything in that regard relative to the young people growing up in communities like Ashaiman and most communities where this rich quick mentality is taking over. Thank you very much.
Right. Yakubu, I think that's a very wonderful point that you make. Do you want to react to it quickly?
Yeah, definitely. So we're trying on a series of programs. We've done some of these things back in the days with our own money, doing trainings free of charge and all that. But we're planning on having some level of sponsorship so that we can go to the local communities. So if, my man, you are listening to us also, that you can really help us, a level of sponsorship that we can really go to these communities to really educate them, then why not?
And change the mindset of our youth.
Exactly.
I've got AB from Dansuman. Good afternoon, AB. You're welcome to Masterclass.
Oh, good afternoon, sir.
Talk to me, AB.
Oh, God bless you. God bless you so much. In fact, today I've learned a lot.
Amen.
But please, I want to find out something. You said if you have a seed and you are going to sow, by all means, some will lose and you win. So in this our situation now, if you have the money and you want to invest now, can you go ahead and go invest in your account? Maybe you have some small money that you want to go to invest in the bank. Can you still go ahead and invest it? I need your advice. Thank you.
All right. So
much.
Yao is
God
a
bless
banker.
you.
So this one, I leave it. I leave it for Yao.
Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. AB, after the show, we will take your details and then we will reach out to you. And we have a lot of professionals who have come here on the show who are able to advise you in terms of investment. We have a lot of investment professionals who have come through Masterclass. So we will take your phone number and then we will reach out to you and try and offer you some investment advice. Okay?
Wow.
I think that's fair. Right. Do I have another caller on the line? Not yet. Okay.
Wow.
I think you were making a point on the fact that the object of sowing a seed is to reap
to have the fruit, right? But yeah, why is it that when you sow the seed, it is the stem that comes off the ground, it is the leaves, it is the branches. Do we actually need it? No, we don't need it. We needed the fruit. Now, this is what happens. Those ones were preparing you to have what? The bountiful harvest that you needed. So it means that when you are pursuing a vision, there are certain things that will come along the line that you don't really need it, but those things are very critical to you to succeed. That is for your vision to succeed. Yeah, have you ever seen somebody throwing a stone to a tree that has no fruit?
Not really.
Not really, right?
I mean, what's the point?
What's the point? It means that when you are building the vision, it reaches a time, it looks like nobody cares. Because value is only born on the tree when the final result is born on it. And that is what? The fruit. So the moment you start seeing fruit, then people start getting attracted to the tree. Now, when the fruit even starts ripening, that is why you see people what? Throwing stone on it.
Hold that thought for me. I've got Emmanuel from Japan. Good afternoon, Emmanuel. You're welcome to Masterclass.
Thank you.
How's Japan this afternoon, my brother?
Yeah, I'm enjoying your program so much.
Right.
I know it has been a difficult situation. Even when you want to invest, you start with investments and a lot of frustrations come your way. People who want to pull you down, all sorts of things. We still need very viable partnerships for ahead. How do you do that? How do you get those how do you get those assistance?
Okay. Emmanuel, please keep listening. We'll answer that question quickly. But my mind goes to something you said. I'll just say that quickly and then maybe you can just come in. You asked the question at the beginning. You said, God said to Moses, what do you have in your hand? You know, sometimes we think that the investment must be the big things, the mainstream things. Take your money to the bank. That's all well and good. But what problem exists in your community where you are? Maybe it's water. Maybe they don't have rice. Maybe they don't have kinky. Maybe the school children are hungry. Find out what the problem is. And you can start small. Maybe you can buy 1 crate of eggs and sell it with 50 pesos on top of it. Just keep doing that repeatedly. At some point, you get enough to buy 3, 4, 5, 6 crates. Whatever it is, find out the problem where you are and begin to work on it. And you can start small. I'm just saying that because I remember that from what Oscar said earlier. But of course, maybe you want to react to Emmanuel as well.
Exactly. But I want to add to what you are saying, that investment is only about the bank, right? I was doing training last week, and I was asking the people that, do you need money to make money? Everybody said yes. But you don't need money to even make money. Yeah. I've seen a young guy on Instagram. He's always scanning through Instagram to find a product that are selling. He will inbox you, yeah, I want to sell your product, right? Allow me to open an Instagram page that is similar to yours. Pull your products there. Now, this is what the guy, if somebody buys, because your product is selling, there is the likelihood he's also is selling. So if somebody buys, he will call you, yeah, somebody has bought one of your products, deliver to him, he put a little bit on it. You also probably give him something small, deliver it. So the guy doesn't hold product, he doesn't do delivery, but the guy is making money. This is a guy that stood at home for 3 years without a job, but today he's not running around with his CV, but he's making money. And he's got a portfolio of all these different companies that he's working on, he's working with. Who doesn't like it if we want to help them to sell more?
Exactly.
You know? And I think we have to be also very creative. In this economy, yeah, there is one thing I always say, that Africa is the best place to be. Because where there are so many problems, that is where there are so many opportunities. Yeah. Because nobody goes to the market to buy problems. Everybody goes to buy solutions. Right? So if you can find one of our problems, yeah, if you go to London now, there's no doom so there, so you cannot solve our energy problems. But here there is. Right? There are so many. I read an article of a guy who has done, Uber is for taxis. And Glovo is for motors. The guy has done an app for Pragya in the north. A young guy.
There you go.
So now in the north, you can have a Pragya parking in front of your house and pick you to where you want to be. We just, the problems are there. And we don't need to really... You
have a skill. You know how to cook. There are people who don't have the time to cook today, and they're looking for people who will cook for them.
Of course.
People go to people's homes, and that's the business they do, and they're making a killing. People need you to take care of their children. They're making a killing. You don't have to be a professional company. They're just looking for people they can trust. So the opportunities are there. Like
the opportunities are there. It just, you see, if you see the opportunities from the perspective of a problem, then you can see a lot of problems. And you can scan through which one you can solve. So I think we should, as Ghanaians, we should move from discussing problems to finding solutions.
What are the 4 things or 5 things that we should remember from our conversation with Oscar, from when we started till now? I know you have a lot, but I'm limiting it to 5 because I know my listeners will want to make some notes as well. Just any 5 things that we should remember.
I think I'm going to speak to you from the perspective of the topics we've had.
Yes.
And the first thing I'm going to tell you is that your mindset is the foundation of your success or failure in life. Okay. Work on your mind before you work on your vision. If the foundation is not right, what would the righteous do?
What will the righteous do?
Your mindset is everything. It's not about what you don't have. It's about what you carry, the mindset that you carry. Yeah, second one. So let's look at, you should have a purpose in life. Yeah. You should have a purpose. If today you are really listening to me and you haven't found out one thing that you want to do for the rest of your life, there's an error. It means that what you are doing now, over time, you stop it and go and start from somewhere. It might be a waste of time. Just sit down, look at yourself, think deep, pray about it, and find out that one thing that you want to do for the rest of your life, and start pushing your life towards there. And also add prayer to it, because for everything we have, there is a manufacturer. Somebody manufactured this in code, right? That person holds the manual of your life. Ask the person that, why did you even create me, right? Yes. Then the third one is, you should.
No, the third was prayer.
The third was prayer.
So let's go to the fourth one. Because I've run out of time.
All right, then leadership. You should be able to lead yourself, because if you can lead yourself, then you can lead everybody else. Then the last one is learn to start from somewhere.
Learn to start from somewhere. Wonderful nuggets. I wish we had you for the rest of the year, but this is all that time on an hour. This has been Oscar Bimpong here with us at Masterclass. Oscar, please put your details out. Where do we find you after today, if somebody needs to reach you?
All right. So my telephone number is 0555 803 924. 0555 803 924. Just call me and let's talk. Let's do a mindset transformation for your church.
Where can we find you online?
So online is Oscar Bimpong or the Mindset Revolutionist.
Okay.
So
that's on Facebook, on IG,
on IG, the Mindset Revolutionist. Yeah.
Right.
And from today, just call me. Let's do a mindset transformation for your team, for your church. Even the church have got even the wrong mindset. So many people, we are praying and drinking anointing oil, but the mindset is wrong. And
God
lastly, we are having a training on the 1st and 2nd of December, a mindset transformation training. You can't miss it. 1st and 2nd of December.
Where?
So location will come out, but you have my number. Call me.
Right. Thank you so much, Oscar. So many nuggets there to share with us, but this has been an exciting 4 weeks with Oscar Bimpong here on the show. Next week, we come your way with another exciting edition of Masterclass. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you same time next week.